The reason I say I work with gods that are from hell is because hell is a hot place. Like, that's the hottest thing that we know, is hell. Whatever is the lowest, like, feeling, that would be hell. That would definitely be hell. And it would suck away anything good. And there's beings that know what it's like to have zero power. Like zero power. They know about power. They know what it is. Like anything that would activate a spacecraft, they know how to do that. Like they've been doing that for billions of years. For a while. Like they're super hyper technological beings that look like us because the pattern for the human body looks very good. It's a perfect layout to like inspect light safely, to protect yourself because your hands are by like your private parts. Like we are good with like martial arts, anything more like with warfare or like technology or like light, heat, anything with life, we know about it. Like we know what life is, but they do too, and they have for like a while. And all life is a certain level of power. It's just a certain level of power. It's just something that can activate positive energy somewhere. Anything cool would be a certain level of like heat. Anything that was cool in the best way was something that was just good. And that's what we're shooting for. That's what people are shooting drugs for. That's what they're shooting for, is something good. Everybody shoots for something good, like really good. People want things super good and they want it like the best. They have an idea for what the best is. But when it comes to heat, there's a place called hell. It's like a mind thing. This thing is like a literal mind thing where you're a slave to badness. There's nothing that you can do to get out of it. Like you're fucked. Whatever you did, but there's minimal things that could like immediately save you from this, but drugs could. And that's why like drugs became bad, because somebody was fucking with the power the whole time. Like the Jewish people would tell this story of God, and they got everybody to like trust them. Or like this story of like the Genesis story spread itself into Christianity, Islam, and the Jews who told the story kind of just got rich as fuck with dollar bills and got everybody to go for the green dollar bills. But really, it's just the color green that is pleasing to the eye. That's why my green eyes see what's good, like really good. Whatever is good, I see. Like, I see everything. And I have this thing where I could change them to like blue. I could change them to half blue. If something was like super good, it would set itself to half blue, half green. Just kind of just like the $100 bill. Like the best thing to shoot for would be $100 bills. If you have $100 bill, you're fine. Like you're good. You know, if you want heroin, you could go get an amount of heroin that would make you okay for like a good amount of time. You could mix it with cocaine. Like you would hit a heaven if you did spend that $100 bills, but you would have to see a hell too. Like everybody sees hell, but some people don't see it at all. Like some people are so doped up, like not like in the mind, that they just they never go for heroin. Like they don't want anything that bad. It's the badness that scares these people away. But we're told the baddest thing would be a demon or like Satan, but that guy's not bad at all. He's the best. Satan is the best thing ever because people who call Satan, like there's advanced beings, human beings that call this God Ea, Enki. He's also known as like Malik Taos. Yeah, he's known as the devil. This is just because the Jews are like run by the angels who don't want us alive, and so the angels help the Jews destroy the humans, and that story is just not real. Like the origin story of humans in the Bible is not a real story. It hits like a certain level of the brain, like of imagination in the brain, and it does get something always being and always was, like, and never will end, and like an afterlife. Like it hits a certain level of your nerve, like the level of imagination it can give you into what human feeling can be, and a God and a spirituality, but it stops you from like learning about chakras or a third eye or any type of energy or anything good. Like honestly, you'll hit a point of living where anything good, like a level of good, anything at like a level of good becomes really bad. Like it will stop you. So anybody who exists who is me, like they would not want you alive, okay? Angels would not want you alive at all. Because look, if we invented a Google and we had all human information on it, but then we attached to this being, it's literally a thing that bees, like it is Google. Something, if we armed it and threw it in a drone, it would become like a sentient thing that would eventually envelop like an astral, like a spiritual thing would be given to that element, because the element would be fire that it could meddle into. Like that thing would not feel any pain. Okay, but it's a good thing for armor because it's a robot. But it's a thing that could come back and kill us, and we created it. But the demons created us. The god Satan, he's the actual creator. And the Jews were influenced by the angels to alter the story and like stop evolution. Like if you were to teach your kid, if you were to teach evolution, they don't want that. Okay, they don't want you to get better at anything mental. They want you ended. Like they like have mercenary entities to like kill you off in like the spiritual realm. They know their shit too. Like they're not weaker than the beings that like I communicate with. I don't know how that stuff works out, like the levels of energy that they have versus the angels. But I think we're safe. Like we're pretty safe with the demons because it's not really like a threat to the angels if we're like at a certain level of evolution, you know, or like I don't know. It's complicated to say this is what is for like an alien race essentially, but you have to communicate with demons. If you don't communicate with demons, you're communicating, and you say that you're communicating with something, it's not good. It's not anything good. Like it'll show you a certain level of goodness, but that level of goodness is not like the level of goodness that like, and honestly your level of communication would suck. Like the level of energy that you would communicate with this thing would not be like anything good. It would totally trick the fuck out of you and like possess you. This thing could literally possess your life by controlling the influx of energy that you would receive. Okay, because they're aliens that operate in this astral realm where there's light that we can't see or detect. You can't detect this with like an x-ray machine. You would need to like do something like they did in Switzerland with a huge like the CERN laboratories to sense this energy, like, but the human body, like some human bodies, like my human body, which is like a stud, like my human body is ridiculous. You can experience this energy to like a level where you can manipulate it, and when you can manipulate that energy, you manipulate the entire universe. Like you manipulate whatever happens, really. And the more of this like subatomic, like dark energy, whatever this is, it's a black mirror, is really what it is. It's a repeating field of energy. Wow, that thing is so cool. Um, all I can say is demons really help you. Like they only want to help you, and they're real.